If you're a soccer mom, if you have children, if you've got grandchildren running around, or you got a greasy husband like me running around that loves to grab things and open them for chocolate, this is your door. This is the surface you want right here. It's an IMRON industrial paint applied with a spray gun, and it's as hard as granite when it's done. The feel is incredible. The feel, if I can get to it, it feels like glass. It looks like glass, it shines like glass, and it's tough as nails. So after I did the double doors, I grabbed the pantry door. She wanted to do some interior doors, so the pantry door was first. It was really rough. I'm scraping right here, but this is after a couple days of paint remover. And I don't recommend doing this if you're trying to do a quick job at all, because it does tend to damage the wood a bit, and you're going to have to prime and block and putty and do a lot of work to get that door back to where it was originally. uh I decided to go ahead and do it this way because I needed the experience if I was going to take on these doors. And boy, did I get that. I got the experience I needed, that is for sure. uh Lots and lots of blocking on the wood, and it just went on forever trying to get that old latex paint off. If I would have known that I could actually paint over that latex, that my polyester primers would grab it and seal that latex after water sanding it. And remember, always water sand it. It gums up. Latex never seems to dry, and you can only smooth it out and really get it like you want it if you use water. Now, that is catch 22, because you should never introduce water to a door, but if you're careful, you can keep it from going in. I actually washed this door at one point, bare wood, and got away with it. I don't recommend it. You can see here how all of the surfaces are cleaned and ready, and that was a lot of work up to this point. My next move gonna be to take this glass. I'm gonna clean it. It's still got paint on it, smeared here and there. It's got old paint in the crack. We're gonna clean that glass. It's a beautiful glass too. Front and back. We're gonna get to taping it after we clean it. And we'll be priming it this evening. This isn't bad at all.
I mean, it doesn't feel smooth.
Get back inside. Go. Get out of here. So after that little pep talk by my wife, I did sand the door. I believe I used the 80 grit. You have to watch it if you're going to use the 80. After that door, I mainly use the 120. And if you look on that block, I do have an 80 and a 120 on it. I believe the 120 is on the flat side, the bottom side, and the 80 is on the top side of that block, and I'll flip it back and forth. The 80 will tear up that door if you're not careful. You have to use it very sparingly or easily, little pressure, not too much, because you'll make hair out of that door. With that being said, I did get it primed that night, as you will see. Here's one last look at the door before I did prime it, and you can see the damage to this thing. Now, using a paint stripper and a flat blade, putty knife, whatever you want to call it, did not do this door any favors. It did strip the paint off, but every now and then you get a little gouge, and you can see the damage to this door that even wasn't putty knife related. under that paint. And that's why most people use basic acrylic latex paint these days, is to cover up a lot of the poo-poos on these doors that come from the factory. I sprayed the door the first time with primer. I used a polyester primer. Evercoat G2 is what I used. A little on the thin side, and the gun I had didn't have a big enough tip. I believe I was spraying with a 1.7 or a 1.6 tip maybe. And with this primer, even the G2 is a little thinner than the Slick Sands and the thicker polyester primers you get from Evercoat, but it could have used a bigger tip, and eventually I did get the right tipped gun, and with 3 coats on a surface like that, I was sealing the doors good and having to do minimal blocking. I think I put 3 coats on this door right here, but I had to do a lot of blocking because it wasn't thick enough for me, for my taste. Now, this polyester primer is a zero shrink primer, but one little trick that I have learned, if you're not going to go over it with an industrial paint and put it inside of your house, you should always come back with a polyurethane primer before you apply any type of polyurethane base coat, clear coat, automotive paint. With that said, I went straight over this G2 with an IMRON Industrial 3.0 VOC, and it stuck like glue, and that stuff is really tough and hard, and I love it. It's a really, really hard surface. It's almost like porcelain when you finish, and you'll see when we're done, it's got quite a shine. You don't get much more durable than IMRON paint. She was dried the next day, and it was Thanksgiving Day, but I could not help myself. I had to see how she was going to sand and what she was going to look like, and had to get it done. Had to at least get started on it. That turkey was good. It didn't take me very long in this door business to discover that a door will kill your back. It will destroy your back. There's not a good way to grab a door at all, ever. And I've designed a couple harnesses and everything, but the main thing was having to bend over on a regular sized table, and it just really messed me up. There was chiropractor runs left and right. So what I eventually did was found the right height. I eventually used a couple N50 tires and some, you can see I got some front runner center lines down there right now. And the height that I came up with was 42 and a half inches. And I do believe that that's what I'm talking about right there, was getting this thing raised up a little bit. And 42 and a half inches, lo and behold, is the height that everyone makes the bars. When you go into a bar and you order a drink, it's standing at 42 and a half inches. And that was perfect. So after much sanding and puttying, and I believe I even wound up using some Bondo on this door, we were getting ready to put our next coat of primer, or several coats of primer, on. And by this time, the door's pretty straight. What you have to remember is you're dealing with wood, and wood does tend to move around an awful lot. sanded. Uh, and right about now is when the paranoia kicks in. Paranoid. There's I mean, there's the pinholes. There's a couple pinholes, a couple too many, if you ask me. And I'm like, what? And I'm freaking out, but I've got something up my sleeve to handle that, no problem, before I paint it. But this is the part where fingers get crossed and you hope everything goes right. And how much is good enough? When do I stop? I'm insane with geometry and just lines, lines, line after line after line after line. That drives me. It drives me to this. So we got some wormholes here. All right, we're gonna take care of them. Super glue. Come on. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, check it out. Pinholes gone. So once the pinholes were taken care of, went ahead and primed it for the last time and water sanded it, and boy did she come out pretty. If you're anything like me, you'll end up doing body work to the very last minute with the pinholes and the small scratches and the this and the that. I find that a good polyurethane canned high build primer works good for me towards the end before I'm ready to paint. And the very last little things that you catch in the spray booth before you're actually ready to get down. I don't have any footage of me painting because at this time I wanted to just focus. And everything came out nice, as you can see. And man, I was happy with the build. Very, very happy. The durability and the shine is unparalleled to this IMRON Industrial 3.0. They do make the IMRON single stage automotive and aerospace paints, but they are not as chemical resistant as this paint. You could put this stuff on a fire hydrant, you could put it on a car. It's industrial, but the shine, it's going to shine like you've never seen before. It's going to be beautiful and it's going to be durable. The chemical resistance is what's going to stop all of the fingerprints and everything that most latex paints get. This is a pantry door. It's the most commonly used door in the house, in the home. Everybody's going into the pantry all the time. So it gets used more than the actual front door of the home. And you end up with everybody's paw prints all around that doorknob and where you grab the door to open it. With this Imron paint and with our the way we apply it with the Apex application system that I'm developing as we speak, as you see these pictures, I was developing the techniques to actually apply this stuff to a door. It's not commonly done. Uh, but what you end up with is a chemical resistant finish that you can just grab some Windex and a paper towel. You're not going to scratch the surface of this stuff. It's as hard as a rock. It feels like a ceramic coating. You will be amazed that it feels just as incredible as it looks. So the door was installed back in its original location, the pantry, and the house was undergoing some construction work, a remodel on this first floor. So the walls a little mustardy and kind of dark, and maybe 20 years ago was a cool thing. Since then, the house has undergone a major facelift in the kitchen, and the door is amazing. See, behind me, you can see the pantry door. The kitchen has undergone a major transformation. This door has never been polished, never been sanded and buffed. And you'll see there are no fingerprints, no prints around this knob. You'll get more on here from the grandkids or the kids, for you soccer moms that are looking to minimize your cleaning time. This is the door for you. Check us out at apexentrances.com if you want to see some more work and some different things we've got going there. You can check us out, Apex Entrances, on Facebook. We've got my LinkedIn page, Jerry Lopez Jr., and lots more to come as we build out. But definitely, you want to check out our doors, check out our processes and our progresses, and give us a call, 504-217-5410. Moms, this is your door. If you're a soccer mom, if you have children, if you've got grandchildren running around, or you got a greasy husband like me running around that loves to grab things and open them for chocolate, this is your door. This is the surface you want right here. It's an IMRON industrial paint applied with a spray gun, and it's as hard as granite when it's done. The feel is incredible. The feel, if I can get to it, it feels like glass. It looks like glass, it shines like glass, and it's tough as nails. Apex Entrances, 504-217-5410, people.